Okay guys, so this is my simple little headlight retrofit video. I did this all with Amazon parts. Cost less than $100. I don't highly recommend it, but it is a lot better than my setup before. As you all may know, those eBay headlights that we all love so much don't really work so well, especially with old halogen bulbs. Even with LEDs, you get a lot of scatter, and it's just not ideal. So this is definitely an improvement. I didn't get a lot of video of me actually working because I didn't have a tripod or anything with me today, but I tried to get videos, snippets at each step along the way, and I'm fairly confident you all can fill in the blanks. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, I have the lens off of the headlight. I did this with a heat gun and a screwdriver. I just went around the edge, heated up the glue, and gently pried it open with the screwdriver. Once you get it about 50% off, it just kind of goes the rest of the way real easy. Take care to pry these little clips up. They just kind of loop over these little tabs on the lens. And you can also do this by putting the whole headlight in your oven on its lowest setting, usually about 270 for about 7 minutes or so, but make sure you take off all the rubber pieces and whatnot if you do that, or they will melt and leave a huge mess in your oven. Okay, so next I'm gonna remove this H4 bulb holder, the clip anyway, and this reflector. Those are just a couple of Phillips head screws, and then I will be able to cut away the mount for this reflector, so I've got a nice even bowl shape to receive the back of the projector. Otherwise that just won't sit in there. This mount is completely in the way, so just some light modification, no big deal. Okay, it might be a little overkill, but I don't have my Dremel, so I'm going to try to mill away that reflector mount with this die grinder. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I milled down that reflector mount a bit so that our projector will sit more or less flush. I need to take the bulb mount off the projector and the retaining ring. Find the top. It says top somewhere. Yeah. Let's see if it lines up. And that's not perfect, but a lot better than it was. It was sitting way out here because I couldn't get past that mount. So I think with the tension from the silicone ring and the H4 adapter, the locking ring, that should hold it there pretty snug. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I attached the shroud to the HID projector, trying not to touch it. I'm still leaving marks. I have to wipe this down very good before I seal everything up, but for, you know, $30 on Amazon, it is not bad looking. Can't expect the best, but not shabby. So let's try and see if this fits here. We've got our top side, got our wire through there. Of course we'll need that mounting hardware for a final fit, but I just want to mock it up. Even with the shroud on, it seems to fit this Still soul light pretty well. I don't know if you can see, but the back of the projector housing is right up against the hole. It just barely clears, but it works pretty well. These are the Light 2.5-inch mini H1 projectors. Basically the first one that comes up on Amazon. So, yay! Let's try to put it together and see what we got. Okay, so here's the mounting process, basically. We'll take this concave silicone ring and put it on the back of the projector housing, and that will allow us to keep this snug up against the back of our reflector. And then on the back side here, our H4 housing, we're going to use this H4 adapter, slip it over the threads on the back of the projector on here. And it fits into the slots for the H4 bulb pretty snugly, actually. Once you get it lined up, don't be afraid to push it down in there a little bit. And after that's on, we lock it down with this aluminum ring. Although I got 2 silicone rings with my set. I haven't seen that in any of the videos I've seen, so I'm assuming it actually goes between the projector and this H4 adapter. That's about the only way that makes sense to me, so we'll see. Okay, I've got it in. I didn't use this second silicone ring as I really didn't have room for it. There wasn't much depth left on the threads on the back of the projector housing, so I just put the H4 adapter on there and then the aluminum ring. I ran my wire for the solenoid just through this hole here, and it's important when you're mounting these to just tighten this locking ring hand tight, and then you want to mock it up on the car to twist, wiggle, orient your projector beam where you want it, and then carefully go ahead and tighten that down the rest of the way, because once this is tight, it's basically on there for good, because this is an aluminum ring and it'll deform and just be a real nightmare to try to take off and put back on, and you'll more than likely just ruin that ring and be up a creek, so to speak, unless you have another one lying around. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on my second one, and clean this up and get back to you when we're aiming the lights. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of this butyl rubber and reseal the headlight. So I'm going to try to clean out this channel a little bit, and then I'll roll this stuff up. It's pretty malleable, just kind of like making a Play-Doh snake, and just roll it into a thin bead and lay it in this channel. Then we'll take the lens and clean it up, press it back into the channel, apply a little heat, and then clamp it shut. Okay, I've got everything hooked up just to make sure it works. So beyond the projectors, what we've got is just a simple H1 HID kit, which comes with two ballasts like this, the bulbs, of course, and then we've paired that with a H4 relay harness to adapt it to the car. Now what that does is it plugs in here to one of your regular H4 headlight sockets using the stock harness, and that runs to a relay here. You draw power directly from the battery, and it grounds out and on each side. I've just got it kind of mocked up temporarily just to make sure everything flows, and then that relay harness runs right into your ballasts, which go to the bulbs. The relay harness also has this wire which connects to the wire leading to the projector itself, which operates that shutter relay, which effectively gives you high beams. So whenever you flash your high beams or click them on, it opens the shutter inside the projector, which allows all the light to shine through. Let's give it a shot. We've got light. Cool, they work. Let's try that shutter. I don't know if you all can see those beams on the garage door. It's pretty dim. I don't have the car running, so let's try that high beam. And those seem to work. You can hear those shutters opening. Nice. Well, now I can clean these up, seal them, and try to get this installed halfway cleanly. Okay, strike that. I'm gonna have to aim these first. So, yeah, pretty important. So let's give that a try, shall we? Got the headlights sealed up, aimed. At least I got the rotational aim so that the cutoff is flat. I just lined it up with the garage door. Hopefully I was able to retain that while manhandling these things. So, yeah, the elevation adjustment on the back of these headlights right here still works, since it just moves the reflector up and down, and the projector is mounted to the reflector. So as long as I've got that beam level against the wall, I can go find a nice flat wall somewhere and get my elevation dialed in. So let me get these bolted up and we'll see how they look. Oh yeah, one more thing. These eBay headlights had a little spot for a city light or DRL. Came with a socket, so I went ahead and wired it up and popped a little red LED in there. We'll see if that has enough power to propagate around this projector, see if it does anything cool or if it looks stupid. We shall see. Okay, so this is what I got. Looks like my rotational alignment got skewed slightly. I may go back in and try to adjust that. As you can see, one beam's cutoff is overlapping the other a bit, but it's still a pretty decent cutoff. Better than it was for sure. Yeah, I've got those little red city lights on. You can barely see them on the video, but in person they look alright. I don't know if I'd do it again. I'll probably never use them, but hey, the socket was there, so why not put a bulb in it? Turn those off. All in all, fairly pleased with it. I may do some adjusting down the line I'll see if these shake and move as I drive, and we'll go from there. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.